one of those guys where you know what's going to happen and you start to take the initiative to do it, you are extremely valuable. It's just insane how valuable you are. There's going to be a lot of guys lining up at the door to hire you. Promise you that. Promise, promise, promise. All right, you guys, this next and last part is going to sound really crazy, but I've actually modified some of my interview questions to actually ask new candidates that have never operated before if they play a lot of Xbox. And I know that's going to blow your mind, but what I've discovered is that guys that have previously spent a lot of time doing this, those skills, that eye-hand coordination, translates to almost like they've been training to run an excavator, a skid loader. Literally the best operators that I've had come in that have never ran a piece of equipment but played Xbox can pick it up within hours, where before it would take days or weeks. So if you guys are one of those people that play the Xbox, man, this industry is raw for the picking for you guys. I can protect Xander when he's on a job, but I can't protect him from himself when he's not with me. He burned himself bad. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, look at that hand. Oh, dude, oh, dude. All right, guys, here's one safety tip. Xander, you want to tell him the safety tip?
Hi, guys. Light fires from really far away.
Oh, crud. Well, it's good to see you back at work. He's had a few days off to recover. Dude, I like your look though. I mean, you look calico.
All on one side.
You look calico. All right, so we actually are here because we want to talk about getting into the industry. I firmly feel that this is a great industry to get into. Xander's 18 years old. He's been doing this with me since you were 17, or were you 16?
I was 17 when I started.
17 when he started. What do you like best about working inside the industry? Not just for me, but just in the industry.
Operating mainly.
Yeah?
I like operating a lot. All the heavy equipment's really fun to run.
Yeah. What do you run?
Skid loaders, excavators, TLBs, main.
So what's your favorite piece so far?
Probably the TLB.
The TLB?
Yeah.
I would have thought it was the excavator. That was my favorite one.
No, because you won't let me switch the controls.
You're not a CAD operator. All right, so what Xander's actually talking about is there's two control patterns. So when you guys are getting into it and you're migrating up from a lawnmower, right? Because that's where you started with a lawnmower, didn't you? Yep. Started from a lawnmower. You get in with the right company, they're gonna put you into a skid loader.
Yep.
Right? And tell me how you migrated up.
Well, actually, I started plowing. So the first thing I got in was a skid loader.
Right.
And then, actually it was the first day, after about 4 hours, one of the TLB guys left. And then you were like, you want to run a TLB? And I was like, yeah. So then you put me in one, and it was really easy. It's just like a car.
Yeah. And so be careful though, because some companies don't have these opportunities. Now, if you guys are trying to get into the industry, look for a company that has opportunities. Maybe they do a little bit more than just lawn mowing. I mean, we do a lot of lawn mowing, but we also do hardscaping. And here's one of the beautiful things. As a business owner, one of the things I really admired about Xander was you came in with all of these crazy Xbox skills.
I was really good at video games when I was younger.
And that actually translates super well into running heavy equipment. It's kind of insane how the guys that play a lot of video games can pick up on equipment so much faster than guys that play board games.
Board games have their own skills,
Yep.
and that's helpful if, like, when you're plowing, figuring out the right way to do a lot.
Strategy.
Yeah, the strategy. So that's what board games are helpful for, but for like video games, that's helpful for the actual operation of the equipment because it's hand-eye coordination, and you learn to kind of change up how you operate, like how controls are between games.
Yes.
So you know how to kind of learn pretty quick on
Right.
controls.
And so one of the other things that I want to talk about is the expected pay. So these guys are going to get into it, and for mowing lawn, every area is going to be different. Now, I don't know, I mean, I paid you pretty decent to come in.
But you started me plowing, which normally you want to start a little higher for plowing, don't you?
How much did how long was it before you got your first raise?
An hour or two?
Okay, so don't expect that. Seriously, I gave him a raise right away because you came in and you just immediately took to a piece of equipment, and I'm like, I want to keep this kid around. So there's going to be companies, guys, that you have the opportunity to get into, and if you have skills, you should be paid for your skills, because this industry in general is hurting for people. But what's going to happen with Xander is I'm going to teach him absolutely as much as I can, and I'm going to do the best I can to hold on to him for as long as I possibly can. But he's going to have opportunities going down the road. In fact, if he takes his skills that he has and his drive and ambition that you currently have, and you apply it and you go to a technical school and you get some training and skills, you can literally hop into a job paying you $60,000 a year pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's easy to do.
Yeah, it's not hard, especially if you've got the skills, like previous experience, whatever that's called.
So, one of the things too that you guys, one of the benefits to this job is you're always doing something different.
Yeah.
I mean, always learning. You're always, at least for us, you're gonna be one day demoing a retaining wall. Another day you may be mowing lawn. Maybe another day you're driving a pickup truck. I've had you just drive truck and trailer all day long for me, haven't I?
Yeah.
You're not the best at it.
Hey, no. I'm learning.
He's
I
learning.
Back that trailer up to the thing when I started here.
Yes, and now you can.
Yeah.
So what he's saying is he couldn't back it up, but now he can.
Yeah.
All right, so all I want you guys to do is, if you're wondering about, is this a good profession to get into? I honestly feel that it's so short of people, so short-handed, that the sky's the limit on something like this.
Yeah, definitely.
So you agree?
Yeah, if you've got the problem-solving skills and the learning skills, you can actually make a lot of money knowing how to kind of just tweak little things and sell that.
Dude, that is so phenomenal. What he just said is the ability, and foresight, job foresight, the ability to understand problems and to solve problems, but also what's the next step on a problem. Xander, can you hold the camera for me for a second? One of the things, guys, that I don't want to see you guys do when you get out into a job site is this. Your hands should never be in your pockets. The thing that employers really look for is the guy that knows what to do next, or even 2 steps down the road, and he doesn't have to tell you what to do. If you are one of those guys where you're Johnny on the spot, you know what's gonna happen, and you start to take the initiative to do it, you are extremely valuable. I'm saying, I mean, it's just insane how valuable you are. You don't have to have a college degree, you just gotta have the mind frame that you want to succeed. And I tell you straight up, inside this industry, you're gonna have a home that's gonna pay you really well. There's gonna be a lot of guys lining up at the door to hire you. I can promise you that. Promise, promise, promise. Am I right or wrong?
Very right, very true.
All right. Well, we're gonna let burn victim Barbie get back to his
That's the best one I've heard yet.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What else have you heard?
So far it's just been chicken nugget. Or chicken nugget.
Chicken nugget. All right, we'll let you get back at it, chicken nugget.
Yes, sir.
we're focused on those folks that are interested in whether it's diesel engine repair or operator training, and then we do it at a number of different levels.
So college is not for everybody, and there's guys out there that they just like to build, create. They just love working with their hands as well as their minds. How much training would it take? Because I know that we talked earlier, and one of the things that popped was the fact that as soon as a guy was done with his training, he could go out and instantly get a job for $60,000 a year. No problem, just like that. But what does it take to get to that point?
It depends on when they start, right? So some schools offer vocational training. So if you're taking vocational training through high school and then you go and then maybe get certified, whether you're with an automobile manufacturer dealership or with a heavy equipment dealership, both of those industries are dying for people to come into that industry because there's a shortage of folks.
Aren't we talking about not like your typical college where it's 5 to 7 years, but we're talking about being able to get into the industry within 2 years?
Absolutely. You should be able to get into the industry in 2 years. And it'd be the same thing for operators, because it's not just the folks that are necessarily working on the equipment, it's the folks that are operating the equipment as well.
Yes.
So there's a shortage of those folks as well. So I think that's when you start seeing the need, and really to get to those kids early. And quite frankly, it's not just the individual or the kids, it's the parents, and exposing the parents to what those opportunities are for them. And we do that at our factory, where it's you bring school kids in, but you bring their parents as well to say it's not what you have in your mind as to what the factory environment is, but it's the type of jobs that are in the factory. When they see people on laptops inside of a machine loading software, because there's so much electronics and software in the equipment today, the bells and whistles start going off of, hey,
and the demand is there.
The demand is there.
I firmly believe that there is more demand to get into this industry than there is if you have a piece of paper saying I have a 4, 6 year, 7 year degree from a college. I think a 2-year degree with technical skills as well as education that goes along with it will land you a job faster here, because I have a lot of college graduates that apply in my company, and that does not make a difference to me. Do you give priority to somebody with a vocational degree or a college degree or any level in between? Does that matter?
I think it depends on the job and the requirements of the job. I mean, we have everything. We are a regional headquarters for the Americas, so we have everything from sales and marketing to purchasing, folks that are out buying parts and attachments, to engineering, and then we have folks that are actually assembling machinery. So you have everything from, as long as you've got a high school education, to we really need you to have a 4-year degree and a well-rounded business background. So I mean, it's really a little bit of everything. Again, it depends on the job. So there's not a priority per se. It's a matter of, do you have the right requirements? And here we've got more blue collars than we do have white collars. I mean, we make machinery here, so there's lots of opportunity.
Lots of opportunity, different paths you guys can take. So if you guys are looking at trying to get in there and find your future, guys, it's everywhere you look. Just match yourself up. You don't have to have a college degree to have a bright, prosperous future, because this industry is hurting for people. So don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and to go out and explore different career paths, because one of them may be just right for you. And that's really where your success is going to lie, when you find that perfect fit. Any last words?
No, I agree. I think there's depends on what you're looking for, but there is so much opportunity in our industry and in the trades that there's bright careers where you can make a lot of money without having to invest in a 4-year degree.
And I know this next part's gonna sound crazy, guys, but it doesn't take a whole lot to go from running a piece of equipment like this to running something like this. You just got to be that person that's ambitious, motivated, and driven, and companies will be beating down the door looking for you. So whatever you do, if this is something that you're interested in, you got to understand there's a bright future for the right person inside this industry. God bless you guys. Go get them. Oh, and one last thing, you guys. Check out these videos right here, because I got to throw that in. And as always, you guys, God bless, and go get them, you guys.